Well, it was my first big American movie. I'd done other movies in fact, I'd done a Robin Williams film before this, but it was my first big sort of blockbuster type movie.
Richie? Boy, do I have a job for you guys.
Remember this, you have the power of your father inside you.
Like, trust the Force, Luke.
Macaulay was probably just beginning to approach puberty, so he was beginning to get a little bit more restless and perhaps a tad bored.
Yeah.
But he was still, he got right into it whenever he had to.
Yeah.
But you could tell that, I mean, by the end of the filming, his voice had dropped about a third of an octave. So they had to digitally sort of crank his voice back up to sort of, oh, there.
Let's kick some butt, shall we?
Fire.
By air.
This was the last movie that he did before he stopped working for like 10 years. I think it was the last movie that he did. Did he talk about this on set? About he like being, I don't know if he's sick, but maybe tired of the job?
He didn't really talk about it, to be honest. There were two movies that were due to be released while we were shooting. One was Get Even with Dad, and the other one I think was called The Good Son. Both of them did not do well at the box office, so that kind of threw a slight kind of shadow over our sort of caper, because we thought, well, if his star is beginning to dim, then it will not augur very well for the release of this movie. But it opened quite well, but then it fell away quite a lot. Then got tremendously popular when it became just one of those Christmas movies, you know.
He has his own baseball coach.
Nice hitting, Richie.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
A theme park.
Man, it must be cool to have everything.
All special effects.
Yeah.
It's all special effects. It's all smoke and mirrors. They do something, you go out of shot, there's a catcher there or what have you. That's all fine.
Yeah,
it's all up to them. I think they fill them full of polystyrene.
Yeah.
So they're fairly light and very easy to chuck about. The trickiest stuff was getting into the biker gear and the leathers and the shimming down the thing and then doing all that tough shit. Because basically that was a completely different kind of character.
Yeah.
You're asked to play a butler, and that's fine. You think very severe, very frank, very everything in the right place. And then all of a sudden you're asked to sort of become a badass, and that was kind of weird. But just a very, very fun crossover to suddenly sort of wear the stuff. It's called adrenaline. When you get pumped up to do what they say, action.
Yeah.
I mean, that's action at you, and you immediately it's like somebody sneezing. You know, you sort of get into a bit more energy. And certainly that's true of stage work, even more so than filming. You know, you're about to go on, your heart is pounding, and with any luck, that energy helps to sort of carry you through the performance.
Yeah. And what about this kind of Mount Rushmore look-alike sculpture of the family? Was that impressive to see, and how was shooting those scenes?
Well, that was shot in the armory. It was a huge army facility in South Chicago. And the massive shed, a colossal thing, obviously designed for tanks and you name it. Yeah. They could stick all sorts of shit in there. But to get to the armory, we had to drive through fairly dodgy parts of South Chicago. I was a little surprised to see that one of my drivers kept a handgun under his seat.
Why was that?
Well, they just say that hold-ups and things at traffic lights, were known to happen.
Yeah.
And so, because they had to take good care of us and protect us, then that was That's I remember that most of filming those specific scenes. But Mount Richmore was just a huge piece of gorgeousness, with a lot of safety nets and so on, sort of either side. So any of the climbing stuff and whatever we had to do was all very, very. You know, you've got to protect your assets.
Yeah.
An adventure so big, even the richest kid in the world can't afford to miss it.
It was thrilling to film it in North Carolina, where we went to the Biltmore Mansion, one of the original Vanderbilt French-style chateaus that they built turn of the century. And then we filmed a lot of it in Chicago in 94-degree heat. It was terrific. Chicago is such a fantastic city. I mean, it was a joy to be there. It was Donald Petrie, who's basically a comedy director. So everybody was kept on a very happy kind of trajectory. Everybody was pretty sort of cool about it all.